welcome back to the Season 2 finale of Mighty Mac Week in Review. Thank you guys for tuning in. My name's Dave Valnero. I'm joined as usual by my partner, Britt Merkle.
First, let's get started with softball. They hosted Marywood in a first-round single-elimination game. Here are the highlights.
After Anne-Marie Barteau doubled to lead off the fourth inning, Caitlin Hudock steps up to bat and hits the RBI ground out to second base to bring home the game's first run. In the top of the fifth inning, the Pacers got their leadoff runner on, but Caitlin Brazier gets a comebacker, flips to Barteau at second for one, who throws to first for the double play.
Get the end of a win. That's a gapper. That's down.
The Macs added some valuable insurance runs in the sixth inning as they put four on the board, highlighted by Megan Kugler's three-run home run to left center field to put Immaculate up 5-0 through 6 innings. Marywood puts up 4 runs in their half of the seventh, but Brazier gets this fly ball to Merkle to end the game 5-4 to send Immaculata to the double elimination tournament at Newman. Trailing 1-0 in their first game against Newman, the Knights loaded the bases in the bottom of the fifth, but Kugler gets this fly ball to center to end the threat. After Merkle hit a one-out single to right, Melissa Eck stepped in and delivered an RBI double to left center field to tie the score at 1-1. Later in the sixth inning with 2 outs, Caitlin Hudock lined this double down the left field line to put the Macs in front. Britt Newman scored 2 runs in the bottom of the seventh to top the Macs 3-2. In the second game, the Mighty Macs started fast and never looked back. Caitlin Brazier was flawless on the day, tossing 5 shutout innings, including this strikeout. Later in the fifth inning, Tabitha Mahalan grounded this RBI single through the right side. The Mighty Macs showing no mercy, ending this game early by a score of 8-0.
The Mighty Macs would fall the next day in their first game to Cabrini, but we wanted to congratulate the Mighty Macs and Coach Wallace on another great year.
Over to women's lacrosse, they traveled to Newman last Wednesday for a CSAC semifinal game. Let's take a look.
Leading 3-2 early, Danielle Lopez finds a cutting Allison Jakovich, who scores to extend the Immaculata lead to 4-2. Lopez then gets herself in the act, this time on an assist from Lapp for one of her 5 goals on the day to keep IU in front in the first half. Lopez finishes off a great half for the Mighty Macs as she converts this free possession attempt to send IU to halftime with an 8-5 lead. After Newman tied the game 9-9 midway through the second half, the Mighty Macs went back to Lopez as Shannon Neal finds her right in front of the net to give IU the lead back, but Newman would score 7 of the final 9 goals of the game to down IU 16-12.
We want to congratulate Coach Janelle and the women's lacrosse team as well on a great season.
On to the diamond, the Mighty Macs baseball team had a 3-game series with Marywood, dropped the opener by a final score of 3-2, but looked to bounce back and clinch a CSAC playoff berth. Here are the highlights.
In the first game, Mike Camposano gets a little help from his defense as Jason McCormick snares this liner up the middle to keep it scoreless early. After grabbing a 1-0 lead early, Chuck Wyckoff provides the good defense with his sliding catch in right field, and the Macs would shut out Marywood in the opener 5-0 to clinch a playoff berth. In the second game, Rick DiDomenico makes this great leaping catch in center field, but Marywood scored 6 runs in the middle innings and defeated IU 8-3.
Immaculata will now enter the postseason as the number 4 seed. They will travel on Thursday to the number 1 seed, Marywood. I caught up with pitcher Dan Whalen about the upcoming games. I'm joined here by Immaculata Junior right-handed pitcher Dan Whalen. Thanks for coming on the show today.
Thanks for having me.
So it was a big weekend here at Immaculata. We had a lot going on. Their last home series with Marywood. Can you tell us a little bit about what went on?
Well, it was a big day for the seniors, Matt Dolan and Matt Lawson. We called it Matt Day. There was a big ceremony that went on. Great to have them and their parents on the field. I'd like to thank them for everything they've done for our program. And then also it was Philip Davis's 1 year cancer-free, so that's a big deal. Philip joined the team last year. At the beginning of the season, we did a huge ceremony and inducted him into our team, so that was big. And like I said before, it was his 1 year cancer-free, so that was awesome. We had a big barbecue. It was great.
Definitely a great weekend here, and the Macs actually clinched a playoff spot this past weekend. They look to play Marywood this Thursday in their first game of the playoffs. And what are your guys' strategies going into there to get the win?
Offensively, we like to get in more of a rhythm. I mean, all season we've been successful with our lineup. I know Rob Wallace has been a great leader, giving us that extra motivation going to the games. And I mean, defensively on the mound, we got Mike Campesano starting, so I mean that's a big plus for us. He's been great all season. We just got to keep the ball down and see if we can put up some zeros.
Right, and even though you're not starting Thursday, you will be getting that start on Friday. We don't know who we're going to play yet. It depends on if we win or lose on Thursday. Hopefully we win. But what is your strategy going into that game, being on the mound and attacking the hitters?
Well, as you know, I'm an aggressive pitcher. I like to strike people out. So I like to say my best pitch is my fastball, but I mean I usually go after them, throw a couple of fastballs, and then go in there with my changeup, see if I can get them to roll over a pitch or just completely miss it. But
so your changeup's one of the best pitches. Can you show the fans a little bit about, what you have? So you got the good grip going on right there. Well, hopefully that can work and be effective on Friday in your game, and hopefully you guys can go out there and win the series.
The Immaculata men's and women's track and field teams wrapped up competition this past week at the CSAC Invitational, with the men finishing in third behind first place finishes in the 800, 1500, and 5,000 meter by Angel Chamal Rodriguez, and a victory in the javelin by Tom Sagendorf. The women's team also placed third, just 15 points away from winning, as Tara Liska won the high jump and Teresa Walsh won the pole vault.
Yesterday was the inaugural Macfest, where the senior athletes took on the staff in a variety of sports. It was a great day. Here are some of the highlights.
The staff and seniors were going at it all day long. We don't have basketball clips for you, but Kyle Counselor hit 2 free throws at the end of the game to give the seniors the 42-41 win at basketball. Then we went out to the tennis courts, where the staff handled their business with the rackets. Onto the softball field, the staff took that win by a final score of 6-4. They were led by a masterful performance on the mound by the Assistant Sports Information Director, Brett Mariani, also our boss here for Mighty Mac Week in Review. Shout out to Brett. Then we went to football. That was exciting. Not going to lie to you, there were a couple late turnovers by the staff, some pick sixes by Nick Coyle on the senior team, and then the seniors took that win, and then it was tied at 2-2 headed into the final sport of the day, which was volleyball, where it was a 3-set thriller. The winner of the inaugural Macfest, the seniors.
We want to thank everyone who came out and joined in making this day so much fun. It was a great day for the seniors and the staff as well. Staff, we told you were going down. We hope the senior class next year continues on this tradition.
Yeah, it was a great day. We also wanted to highlight that today is Britt's last episode. We're sad to see her go. She's graduating in a week and a half, so this is the last week. We actually put together a little highlight clip of her on the softball field and basketball court, and we also have some funny bloopers from behind the scenes of Mighty Mac Week in Review. Let's take a look.
Nathan and Saturday as they host here at Britt. Had a great Easter. I'm Brittany Merkle, joined by always my partner. Joined by always. The Mighty Macs will look to move their winning streak to 9 overall.
There you go.
The baseball team will...
Be sure to head over to Newman at 7 o'clock tomorrow night for the CSAC semifinal game. If the Mighty Macs win, they're going to play the winners between the other semifinal game, which is Cabrini and Marywood.
And the men's lacrosse team The Mighty Macs will look to improve their win streak to 9 overall as they play Widener today before looking to clinch up.
I like that
baseball team lost in a non-conference game to Arcadia 10-5, but will look to play. Team is set to get underway this afternoon with match. Love the video. Dave and Brett, especially thank you very much for welcoming me to the news team this past year. It's been a blast and I'm going to miss it a lot. Also, thank you to all the fans, family, friends who've watched every week for our episodes.
Yeah, Britt, thank you for coming on. Funny story how she started. I was kind of doing it on my own earlier in the year, and me and our boss, Brett Mariani, who also should get a lot of credit, he doesn't get the credit he deserves, the guy behind the camera, thank you, Brett. But Britt came in the office and was like, I watched the show, you know, no one does it, I'm going to do it. And we needed a strong female presence on the show, so she grabbed the script and read for us on the spot and did a great job, and that's how she filled in. We had a great year, so I want to thank you for helping out with the show this year. We're going to miss you a lot.
Miss you too, Dave.
And again, all the fans at home, everyone that watches every week, thank you. One last time this year, I'm Dave Molinaro.
And I'm Britt Merkle.
And go Max.